Steve Gamache with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and this time we are looking at a cleaver. So this is the Kiwami stainless steel cleaver 195mm knife. So this is a mono steel construction, so it's got one big old hunk of steel that's shaped, and you can see they've got kind of a sandblasted faux finish on it, Kiwami finish. But it doesn't have any layers as far as I know. It's mono steel. And the steel is what's known as AUS 8A or AUS 8A stainless steel. It's a full stainless steel. This is a pretty robust stainless steel. It's used in a lot of outdoor knives and pocket knives. So it's a pretty, like I said, it's a pretty robust steel that can take a bit of a beating depending on, of course, how it's made. This particular one heat treats around 60 on it, Rockwell. Construction is mono steel, so it's one big old hunk of steel that's cut and then shaped and sanded. The weight and dimension should be pretty similar from knife to knife. This particular one is 13.4 ounces or 381 grams, so it's got some heft to it. The edge length is about 195 millimeters or about 7.7 inches. Overall length about 300 millimeters. The spine thickness is pretty well just 2.3 millimeters all the way down. So it's just 2.3, 2.3, 2.3, 2.3. And then the height, it's tall, so it's about 95 millimeters at the back, and then gains a little in the middle, about 98 millimeters, and then reduces again a little bit towards the front. The handle is a black packawood handle with nice fit and finish on it. It does have a full tang, so really strong knife. The fit and finish, like I said, is nice on those slabs, and yeah, it's a really well finished knife. Of course, I got my fingerprints on it, but it's got a brushed finish. So as you use it and maybe create scratches as you just clean it and dry it, those will go with that finish. So that gives you a little way to hide those a little bit. They've got a Kiwami, kind of a sandblasted faux Kiwami finish for like a core edge kind of thing, but this is a single piece of steel. So that's there for effect. Guess we'll back it out here for our beauty shots. On the right side of the blade, you have some embossed, I shouldn't say embossed, they're kind of screened on symbols and maker's mark and kanji and so on. And that's the right side of the blade. The left side of the blade is plain as you would hold it or use it. Let's look at it this way. Hopefully you can kind of catch the thickness. So it thins out. It's a little bit thinner, I shouldn't say thinner, it's a little bit flatter on the left side of the blade. As you kind of look at the profile, you'll see the right side of the blade, see if we can catch that here. The right side of the blade has more of that, down about here where it starts getting thin, more of that contour towards the edge, and the left side of the blade is a little bit flatter. So this kind of favors a right-hander. But I'd say the out-of-the-box edge was 4 out of 10. It's nothing to write home about. It's got a decently crafted bevel, but it needs to be cleaned up and just made sharper. So you got a good base to start with, but they kind of put a quick edge on it. It's a pretty consistent bevel. It's just not that sharp out of the box. So here's what the cutting profile looks like. So definitely not dead flat. As we saw, the ends are a little bit less high, less tall than the middle, so that gives you a little bit of a rock effect here with the profile. So there's your edge profile. And again, it's got some meat to it. It's not a super thin cleaver, like maybe some of the ones CCK was a 1303 that's real light. So this one's got some mass to it. It's 13.5 ounces, so it definitely has that weight to it, but very nicely crafted. So there you have the Kiwami stainless steel cleaver, a 195mm knife.